Where's Digimon? Where's Digi?
And we live. What's up, everybody? It's Game Talk. I'm Gangster. I'm here with Brimstone, aka Digital Fracture,
What's up, bitches?
and my man Blue.
Zawado.
And hopefully a wild Rambo might appear, but I don't know for sure. But we can hope. We can have hopium. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good. I just got a pentakill today. Again.
League.
Yeah.
Here.
It shows how I'm a Heckram god. Top Heckram NA.
Yeah, but it's League, bro.
And League's one of the biggest games on the planet, so what's your point?
That doesn't make it good. Star Wars,
Okay.
The new Star Wars sold over $1 billion, made over $1 billion. It doesn't mean it's good.
Well, here's saying League is a good game, you're just wrong. But, cringe opinions are fine or what's
I mean, you can be wrong, Blue. It's okay. Like, yeah, you can be wrong. So, what's everybody been up to?
Your mother.
Valorant, drinking.
Cocaine.
At least there was cocaine because self complications wouldn't exist if there was cocaine.
Damn.
Am I wrong?
Technically correct, but
Exactly.
you know what? Well, moral of the story is I'm having a great week, actually.
What makes it so great? Share with the class, Blue.
League and actual Destiny stuff because I've been playing Destiny and for once I've been having a lot of fun recently. So I was like, yeah, yes. And then I've been watching a lot of JoJo again. So that's about it. I had to take my break of One Piece for a little bit. By a little bit, it's just a week, but yeah.
How far are you even in that?
Episode 500.
Oof. Still got that's not even half.
I mean, I'm just gonna watch a bit more and then probably just go to the manga next, but that's fine. I am indeed going as I go. I'm not in a rush to catch up. So
Hey, you know I'm in the middle of a podcast right now, right? Like we can still play. I'm just in the podcast. That's the only difference. I can talk to you in game. It's fine.
What's up, JC?
Hey. How's it going?
How you been?
Good. Finished work and got some food.
Noise. What you been up to?
Besides work,
Yeah, what games you been playing? What you been doing?
just been playing the Anno game. Tell you about, and recently went back to Dead or Alive 6.
Nice. Jiggle physics, always good.
I mean, five's better with the chisel physics. They toned it down for some reason.
I was like, didn't they take away the boobs that are alive?
What's up, Gerudo?
Not really. They're still there. Just they're still there. Just not as great as 4 and 5.
We'll always have beach volleyball.
Yeah, I have the delay there for a reason, Cake. I don't want people to stream snipe me. That's why. I've had multiple people stream snipe me in the middle of comp games, and it's fucking annoying, dude. Like, I'm a small streamer. I shouldn't even be experienced in that shit, but motherfuckers are like, yo, Digital Fracture, that sounds like a brand name. Let's go, baby.
So you're delaying, but it's also like, at least on Twitch's end, it's just buffering.
It's one of the reasons why I'll never stream, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't stream because you can't keep your mouth shut.
What do you mean,
Damn.
bro? I can
Damn.
I can control
Damn.
myself.
I mean, you're out of line, but you're right.
I can keep my mouth shut when it comes to not saying the N word. I promise.
Uh-huh.
Like
Okay.
right now. Anyways,
Nigeria.
yes. Either way, I think I can relatively, chill out. Actually, that might be a lie because I did cuss out my ADC and leave today. But that's
Might
neither
be
here
a
nor
lie.
there.
He says it as if there's some fucking
What cipher is this?
I mean, it depends.
doubt.
Like, it's taken out of context. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I cussed out my ADC, calling him like the word that starts with a cigarette and all that. I was doing that because I wanted him to be a helpful, better person. So, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes for people to learn to get good, you have to tell them they're terrible human beings as you go do things in video games that involve inting. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Absolutely, I'm
See,
100%.
Didge gets it. Well,
Yep.
Didge plays Valorant, so of course he would understand. But
Exactly.
He's
Don't
just
beat,
being nice to
I
you.
don't beat around the bush. I say it like it is. Motherfuckers don't like it. Oh well, right? Like, come on.
the worst part is, if we had voice chat, I'd be like in Valorant, I'd be an extra douchebag about it. Because like all I gotta say is, you should just be happy. You should just be happy. I'm not good at Valorant, so I don't really take it that seriously. Because if I did, holy shit, you wouldn't be able to play Valorant with me on stream.
You used to take it kind of seriously during beta, and even then, I was like, "Let's fucking go, baby." You know what I mean?
The
I'm just
problem was
saying,
I
I
was
would
bad
have
at the
kicked
game.
back then. What?
I mean, I was bad at the game, so
No, you weren't. You were actually pretty good at the game back then.
you know what? You
One of our brightest
feel all warm and fuzzy. I'm not used to people telling me I'm good at things.
Well, because you're usually not, but you know.
I'm used to people yelling at me because I didn't gank their lane from across the country because I was currently helping bot lane.
Technology. If Blue learns Spanish, he can say Blanco and Niger
Wait,
liberal.
Chronic, welcome to the stream.
He just has a tiny
Yeah,
gay
we're in the middle of
brain.
a podcast right now. You hear Pete talking.
I know you'll use
We're just talking about random shit right now. So welcome to the podcast. Fucking what's up?
Careful.
But yeah, it also kind of sucks that like if I did play Valorant, it'd be the only game that I'd be able to play with my friends for once, at least in this server. So
But on a different clan, though.
maybe on a different clan.
Nothing.
We
I
did
play
leave,
League
we
with
did
different
leave our
people
clan
because-
Destiny.
in Destiny.
Well, JC, first off, you don't play Destiny. Second,
No, I'm just. I just want to start shit.
second, it was just for a triumph, but then I got lazy and forgot about it. And then Raz never played Destiny with me ever, so at that point I'm just like, why bother joining back? And there you
I
go.
play Destiny.
No, you don't.
No, it's not like I'm playing it right now, literally.
And I'm gonna need proof, like actual like video
Well, I am
proof to be
streaming
honest.
72060 right now.
Yeah, but it could be like
be fake.
You know what I'm saying?
I could just be like
You know,
showing
deep fake.
some other gameplay footage.
There's
Could be a
another Game
Destiny
Talk
deep-
channel that's deep faking, Pete.
Yeah.
Happens, bro. You got to be careful. Hackers these days. Oh,
I mean, it's weird, but like, ever since honestly, I think ever since I stopped playing Call of Duty, I have not really encountered hackers. I don't know if that's just like a perception thing.
it is because I see him in Destiny quite often.
Is this like
They're in Valorant. I mean, they're in everything. It's just
yeah,
because doesn't, man, I can't even remember. Does like Modern Warfare or like whatever the new,
when I played Cold
do they have
War,
do they have kill cam?
Total War had it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so
Might, but-
like
Hi there.
it's easier to tell because you've got kill cam to check.
Bye.
Like this just happened to me and Rafts the other day. There was two guys in versus us in PvP, and they were doing ludicrously good. And it was like iffy, right? It's like I could believe they're hacking, but I could believe they're not. We checked their Steam profiles. They're both like level 2. They have like 2 or 3 friends each. They have no other games but Destiny. And a bunch of shit like that. And it was like, yeah, okay. Like they're almost 100%. Like the only thing stopping me from saying 100% is the kill cam. If I had the kill cam, it'd be like, okay, there it is. But because I don't have a kill cam, I can't say 100% that they were hacking.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, man, it's awfully fucking suspicious. You've only been a Steam member for a year. The only game you have is Destiny. You have 2 or 3 friends. You're only leveled 1 or 2, you know, and you're fucking rocking the leaderboard, getting like an 8-0.
Kind of
Like,
strange.
right?
Kind of strange. Keeps you thinking.
Gets the noggin jogging, as they would say. Awfully sus. They were some
like
sussy.
red. Sus like red.
Yeah, they were some sussy bakas, that's for fucking sure. But yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. Like, what are you gonna do?
We work slowly, hoping our efforts bear fruit.
I don't know. I try. Also, the thing is, I try not to assume everyone's hacking, too. But yeah.
I am black and a comedian. The N-word is open gate for me to go verbally ham. I will make that tiny dick person blue cry. Damn,
the
dude,
fuck?
you're getting called out by Garuda.
Oh.
He wants to pay you to call him the N-word, by the way. No homo.
Hey.
Wait. I'll oblige. How much are you willing to pay?
Brem's just like, sign me up for that, please.
Yo, for real.
I never
Like,
even got to put my bid in. What the
hold
fuck?
on.
We're gonna have it'll go to the lowest bidder. Let's start bidding on this job.
Let me mute my boy stream real quick, which is Scourge. Yo, I'm muting my boy Scourge real quick. Yo, how much are we talking here? Because I will drop the N-bomb faster than fuck right now if it's a good price. But it has to be split 4 ways, and it has to be worth it for all 4 of us. Because this podcast has been around for a long time. So therefore, the number is going to be pretty good. You know what I mean?
But what are we talking minimum, Brem? What do you think? What would do it for you?
Minimum 700.
700 each? Or was that total?
Minimum. No,
I'll do it for
total.
20 bucks.
Total.
What the
Okay.
Oh.
Blue's
No,
like,
fucking
I'll
Blue's
do
a
it for
goddamn
$5.
cheap whore. I'm just saying. Yo, don't pay attention to that man in the mic behind the curtain over there. He's a cheap whore.
I mean, so am I.
This
You are not a
motherfucker.
classy broad, Blue.
I mean, I get we're trying to get some more money out of this, but I'm just like, bro, if it's like 20 bucks, sure, why not?
Like $20 is $20.
Something like that. That's how it works, right?
No, that's not. Well, I mean, $20 is $20, but put me in a Discord room with Blue, and I will make him cry like a biatch.
Damn. Sounds like he's gonna put on Your Line
I'm
April.
just calling you out, dog.
Like when he said cry, is he gonna like put on your? He's gonna make me watch Your Line April again? Because I'll get it to cry real quick.
70 USD. Yeah, that's you several zeros short there, Garuda.
The zones are yours if you fight for them.
Might be able to buy you a man a sausage for that, but to me it just looks rude at breakfast.
Hey, where did it come from, that phrase?
That's a line from The Gentleman. When the Chinese gangster dude, License to Kill, tries to buy out what's his name? Fuck. The white guy, the non-British white guy who's selling weed in Europe.
Zone A lost. Enemy
Great descriptive.
zone advantage.
All right. Like, what the fuck?
I haven't seen the movie, so
No, yes, you have. We watched it, dude.
we watched. We didn't. I thought it was we watched
We watched Rock
What
and
was
Rolla
that?
and The Gentleman.
Are you dogging me? Because like
I'm
I could have
positive,
swore
bro.
we only watched what's it called? With Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface.
Tropic Thunder? No, that was just the latest one.
No, like I don't remember us watching. I remember the other ones, but like I don't remember us watching The Gentleman.
Yeah, we did. I remember. I showed you guys both, Rock and Roll and The Gentleman.
The thing is, I remember Rock and Roll. I just don't remember us watching The Gentleman or whatever.
Yeah, we did. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. So when the Asian gangster tries to buy out Matthew McConaughey's weed business, he types a bunch of numbers into a cell phone and shows it to him. He's like, "Oh, I'm not for sale. Even if I was, you're several zeros short. Now you might be able to buy your man a sausage for that, but to me, it just looks like breakfast." God, it's such a good movie. Me and Judy watched that the other night, dude. He was dying.
Zone C lost. Power play. Enemy has your zone.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Zone B captured.
Guy Ritchie. He's him and who's the guy that makes Pulp Fiction in that?
Made Pulp Fiction.
I always
he gave them Martin Scorsese.
Nope, that's not Pulp Fiction. That's the mob movies.
Wait, was it?
Yeah. Did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I know he made Kill Bill too.
Kill Bill. Yep.
Sick.
Yep.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage.
God damn it! I always forget his name. Dead Negro Storage. The one that says Dead Negro Storage like 10 times to fucking Sam Jackson.
Is it Del Toro?
Nope, that's the actor,
No.
Benicio del Toro.
They have advantage.
Fuck.
No,
Dude,
there's a director. I think I got the name mixed up. Here, hold on.
Yeah, somebody look up Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, I was right the second time. Tarantino.
Tarantino, thank you. Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, Quentin
I should
Tarantino
remembered his
and
name.
Guy Ritchie. Those are two of my favorite directors of all time. They make
By
some
the
of my
way-
favorite movies.
Can I give a hot take real quick?
You,
Oh boy.
of course.
You're
Well,
looking to get banned?
like as if you don't do anything but.
Christopher Nolan is overrated.
I don't know if I agree on that, but
Here's the thing, I definitely do, because I know motherfuckers, I'll be like, they'll literally say The Dark Knight is their favorite Batman story because they want to sound like they're fucking smarter than everyone else.
no. Okay, it's like okay.
Dunkirk was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dunkirk,
like,
dude,
I'm not saying his
Dunkirk was
movies
fucking
are-
amazing.
I mean, I can specify. I'm not saying
And,
his movies are bad or overrated. I'm just saying that a lot of people who watch them I just don't like.
Sure, fair enough. I can't remember if he was the one that did like Inception. Was that
Yeah,
him?
he
Or,
did Inception.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
And-
I
Inception
hate.
is one.
I'm sorry, I hate Inception.
You
can't stand that
you
movie.
just get out of here right now, Blue. I couldn't care less about your fucking opinion.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Inception was great. I like Tenet. Tenet was really good. It wasn't as tight as Inception, but that's because time travel is just messy. The dream thing was a lot easier to work around. But I really like Tenet. Yeah, I like a lot of Christopher Nolan's movies. He's another one of my favorite directors.
His movies are good, other than Inception. It's
Why?
just,
Okay, all right. Why didn't you like Inception?
I'm gonna be honest. The whole I'm not. This is gonna sound really stupid, but when it was like, 2 hours on this planet was like 20 years back on Earth. I'm not gonna lie, when that happened.
No.
that's when it
Other
lost
way
me.
around, bro. Other way around.
What? I'm pretty sure that's how it was. It was
No.
2 hours on that water
No. I think the multiplier was about 10. So
No,
2
was it
hours.
20 minutes.
No, hang on.
Or 2 hours.
It was for the one in the plane. Well, in the plane ride, it was like 16 hours. They had like 16 hours.
It was when they went on that water planet, if I'm not mistaken, like that all water planet, that weird robot.
There was no robot. There was a place that was just like there was no water planet. There was the Dream Underspace. Yeah, see, like all you're showing me right now is you totally didn't understand the movie. So like, of course you didn't like
Alright,
it.
no, I'm gonna
But-
go find the clip right. I'm gonna go.
No,
find the
there
clip
was
right
no,
now,
there was a place
I-
where
I know
there
exactly.
was a place they went where they started off on a giant beach, and it was just and part of that space. It wasn't. It was the like the Dream Underspace. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but it was the place they went when they fucked up. And it started them off on just a giant beach. Like a part of that place was just one giant beach. But there were other parts of that place, right? It wasn't just a giant beach. Like that's where him and his wife spent decades building, you know, like they built the apartment building that then had their house in it because they wanted a house, but they also liked living in apartment buildings. And then that's where like they recreated a bunch of things from their memories, like the reason he knew Inception worked was because take that knife. The childhood home that his wife built within that dream space contained the safe that she put her secret in, which was that she had basically given up the idea that she had allowed herself to start thinking of the dream that they were in as reality, and he was the one that changed that by spinning the top in her safe, like, you know, a representative of her subconscious mind accepting the fact that the dream they were in wasn't reality and it was actually a dream. Where that was in that dream space was her childhood home that she had recreated in that dream space. But it wasn't all water. Like there was plenty of land within it. It was just an infinite dreamscape with whatever people had put in there before. But you have the time thing reversed. So like I think it was like a 10 times or something like that, but I can't remember what the multiplier was, but it was something like 10 times. So if you spent 2 hours in the real world at the first level of Dream, it would be 20 hours. At the second level of Dream, it would be 200 hours. At the third hours. 2 hours, 20 hours. And then I can't remember, but the basic thing was like, you know, the few hours in the real world would end up at the first level just being like a day. At the second level, it would end up being like a couple of months. And at the third level, it would be a couple of years. And then in that watery area, the fourth level, I can't remember what they called it, but whatever that was, it could be like centuries. And that was the problem with getting like that's like we're going deep into the plot here, but a bunch of them get trapped in that fourth level. Leonardo DiCaprio, Walter Cobb, I think it's Walter. He gets everybody out except for the Asian guy, because the Asian guy was lost, so he had to go find him. And when he finds him, they're both old men, and they had forgotten that they were living in a dream. Like Saito had forgotten.
Wait, hold up. We're talking about the same movie, right?
Yes, we are.
Interstellar, right?
No, you did not say Interstellar. You said fucking Inception, bro. I've been talking about Inception.
Oh,
like
shit.
no fucking wonder you're confused. Like I'm talking about Inception and you're talking about Interstellar, and they're two completely different movies.
You know what? Let's just forget about it because I was
okay. Because I love talking about this shit. I love doing because I like Interstellar too. All right. So the water planet and Interstellar, yes, that is a thing. That's why I was so confused because there was a watery area.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay,
that's what I was talking about with the whole like it was like they spent 2 hours on that planet, but it was like 17 or I think it was X amount of years back on Earth, and his daughter was like basically an adult.
already
by the time
grown
I
up.
saw her.
Yeah, his daughter and son were already grown up, and his
Flames,
son
I'm
had
gonna let you
kids.
know that right now. I'm gonna be hunting one of my friends in Tarkov soon, so
Oh Jesus!
I am gonna have to pass on some Valorant right now because my friend does not believe I can hunt his entire squad because they have been playing fucking Tarkov for the last year, and I know how they play. They are trash. I'm
Oof.
going to kill them all. So
Damn, Brem, just call
stay
him out, why don't
tuned.
you?
I'd like to challenge that right now. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I'm going to kill all of you in Tarkov. Good luck. And I'm
Okay.
not even going to loot you because I don't need your shit.
No, but the
So,
thing
all
about
right.
this water planet, I
Yes.
just hate
You're
the whole
still
design of it,
delaying
to
the
be
stream,
honest.
right?
You
Yeah,
hate the
there
you
it
hate
is.
the whole what, Bloom?
I just,
I
I'm gonna
think
be, I just didn't like the
your
movie.
Twitch
and
stream
and
is
the
still,
reason why I don't like
I think
talking
it's
about it is
current.
because whenever I say I don't like the movie, I get some lecture about how they're just somehow this intellectual genius that can understand everything or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, dude, I don't
Well,
care.
yeah, a lot of the people that do that are just fucking dumbass
I mean, that's
snobs.
what I sort of meant. Like, what I think Christopher Nolan's overrated. Not that like his movies are bad. Is that a lot of people who watch Christopher Nolan movies tend to be like these
Little
oversized
But
people.
no,
that
but
just
here's
explore
but here's the thing, right? They're not exactly wrong though. His movies are very intellectual. They're very difficult to follow, and a lot of people I've witnessed it where a lot of people, like this wasn't you, right? I want to be clear, right? But like how I had to go into that whole thing with Inception. Now, like I said, that was a mistake, right? Because you weren't. I know. That's why I'm saying that wasn't you. But a lot of people will say something like
I
that.
thought you were talking about Cell for a minute there.
But a lot of people will say something like that, and to correct them, you have to go into something like I just did, where I was going into Inception, where it's like a 20-minute conversation of different nuances within the film, and it's like, well, there was like, oh no, it's wrong. And it's like, well, no, bro, like it's not wrong, and here's why. But to tell you why, I've got to spend 30 minutes going through half of the plot of this movie because it's so complicated. So people aren't, I mean, they might be snobs and they might be dumbasses and all that, but they aren't wrong when they say that, a lot of people don't like Christopher Nolan movies because a lot of them are very intellectual. And it's easy to get, like my mom, dude, she just cannot keep up with those kind of movies, right? I've given up trying to watch those kind of movies with her because she just can't follow them, like Inception and Interstellar and all those. She just gets lost. And it's not just, and it's not even that she's dumb or anything. She's not capable of following plot like that, right? She just can't do it at the speed that movies do it, right? And it, if it was like a book or something that she could pause and like reread and stuff like that, she'd probably be able to do it. But in a movie where it's just like, no, you got 2 hours, and if you miss something and it's important, then unless you're gonna rewatch the movie a bunch of times, you're gonna miss it, and that's it. And yeah, like, oh, dude, this is why I want it. Like, I'd pay to fucking be on a stream with fucking Mahler, because yeah, he's ripped into Interstellar a bunch of times, and it's like, you don't want to watch, you don't like the movie, that's one thing, but like you're like, he's wrong about a whole bunch of the science in that movie, and it's like, yeah, you're not as smart as you think you are, bro. Like, you're criticizing these things and you're not right about them, and you think that you're being all intellectual and catching somebody in some bad science or something, and it's like, no, actually you're not. You don't understand how this works. Like, yeah, so yeah, anyway.
We got the movies like right though, because I thought Inception was good. I was thinking we were into it.
Yeah, I got you. Interstellar, yeah. Which, yeah, two very different movies. And Inception, like, that's one of the things. Inception is one of the simpler of his intellectual movies, right? Because the whole dream and dream within a dream thing, it's not too terribly difficult to understand, right? There's not a whole lot of, like, super complicated science or anything going on there. It's just, they're in dreams. Okay, that's pretty simple as far as that kind of stuff goes. Interstellar, there's a lot of shit going on in that movie, and some of it is more like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He gets on Interstellar too, and he says these things like, "Oh, well, that's not how a black hole works." And I'm like, I'm sorry. Have you been in a black hole, sir?
Well,
Like,
no one's been in a black hole.
Except that's my point. Like
so.
yes, is it likely? No. And if he was to say that's unlikely, fair enough, bro. Yes, it is unlikely that even a future super advanced version of the human race could create some sort of structure or whatever inside a black hole that, you know, you could go in and then experience time like the guy did. Fine, fair enough. But you can't say that's not how it works because we don't know. That's the whole point. Like
that's one of the theories with black holes, right? Somebody warping time and space.
Sure, yeah. Well, they do warp time and space. Like that whole 2 hours on the planet equals 17 years on Earth. That's absolutely true. If you get that close to a large enough gravitational field, like what a black hole would produce, it would warp time like that. So that's like, and there, plenty of scientific experts and physicists and stuff have come out and said, yeah, of the stuff we do know about physics, interstellar is absolutely right. And of the other stuff, yeah, it's speculative and it's probably not true, but we can't prove it wrong right now, and that's the point.
Because the thing is, Nolan did hire some scientists.
Oh yeah.
With the science. So
absolutely.
So
yeah,
like
and again,
say,
it might.
Oh, he got it wrong. Well, I mean, he hired experts to help him make the movie, so I don't know what to tell you.
And hey, experts can get it wrong.
Yeah. Much like how Ninja Theory asked psychologists to help them make Hellblade to get the mental illness right.
Sure.
And it's well done. Pretty well done. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah, and experts can be wrong. Like it happens in military or war or cop movies all the time. Like, you know, usually there's always something wrong, right? You know, an expert can't be 100% right about every little thing in every little instance. Sure. But yeah, especially Interstellar, because again, that's one that gets a lot of hate for the sciencey part. And it's like, no, guys, sorry, I know physics. Like, that's one of my wheelhouses. I really know physics. And of the stuff that we know is true, they were 100% right. And of the stuff that we can't prove, well, we can't prove it. So, like, again, you can say that it's probably not right.
Let him make the movie.
Well, and that's the other thing too, right? It's like, even if it was like a little off, it's like, you know, it's like Star Wars, guys. It's like, yeah, spaceships don't fly around like they do in Star Wars, but it's okay.
There's no sound in space.
Yeah, and there's no sound in space and all this stuff, but it's like, it's okay, guys. It's a movie. Like, it's not supposed to be a documentary on fucking.
It's okay, guys. Mass Effect is a video game.
Relax. Right? It's not supposed to be a documentary on fucking Discovery Channel. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's
Star Trek too. Star Trek had that too. You can hear phaser fire in space.
Sure. Well, like, a lot of things in Star Trek, like warp drive. We don't know if we're able to do it because the energy requirements look like they'd be pretty impossible unless we discover some super, you know, like some kind of dark energy type thing or something like that. But that at least theoretically is like. If you could build a device that could bend space time, then warp drive would be possible. Fine. But things like the teleporter and replicators and shit like that, like those are so far, like, again, I can't say with 100% certainty that they're not possible, but from everything we know, especially teleporters, right? Because like it's just so unfeasible that you would be able to construct a device that would be able to break you apart into energy and then reassemble you at a distant location.
What do they call it again in Star Trek?
Transporters. Yeah.
Transporter.
Yeah. It's like, and the funny thing is, like, and no hate. Again, no hate. This is why I'm really forgiving of stuff like sci-fi, because I like this stuff. But like, when they created the original Star Trek, the transporter was not going to be a thing. They had no plans on anything like a transporter. But when they were planning everything out, they didn't have the budget to render and not render because they didn't have CGI back then, but to do the effects, right? The practical version of special effects. for like either the Enterprise landing or like a shuttle going down to the planet every time they go to a new planet. Right? That would have cost too much money. It was costly enough just to do, a few shots of the spaceship flying through space. To actually do a scene or a few scenes in every single episode, because they almost all revolve around them going to a planet, where either the Enterprise lands on the planet or a shuttle goes down to the planet and then the away team gets off, would have cost too much. And they were like, well, we can't do this, so what's the solution? And some guy was like, oh, well, why don't we just make it so that they can teleport down? And thus the transporter was born. And now, it has become bigger than that, right? They've fully integrated it with the technology of the shows, and it's, there's tons of episodes where the teleporter itself becomes a plot device where like a mistake happens or an error or something like that. And fair enough, but the whole thing was only put in so that they could save some money and not have to make actual scenes of a ship going down to the surface of the planet because they couldn't afford it. So let's not sit there some parts of Star Trek are absolutely brilliant, but let's not, people go into like, oh yeah, the technology, like it's so brilliant and realistic. It's like, actually, no, it really isn't in a lot of places. And a lot of it was literally just cost saving measures so that they didn't go broke. Like, there was nothing brilliant about it. It was just a fucking tool to save money.
Because back then, not all companies had Disney level money,
or Amazon. Yeah, it couldn't spend $130 million per episode.
Yeah, right.
Which I'm gonna be honest, the more the budget has gone up for a lot of these shows, I don't know. I feel like they've kind of downgraded.
Yeah, it's hey.
I guess just specify it depends, because like how much they spent on Amazon Lord of the Rings?
$1 billion.
Like how much was it per episode?
130, I believe. 130 to 150 million per episode.
I guess I have to watch the trailer again. But when I watched that trailer, that shit did not look like $30 million per episode.
I still haven't seen it. Well, I mean, in fairness, with trailers, with trailers, I mean, they're not supposed to look like what the final product will look like.
Well, they're supposed to be close.
That, but
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be all that. I don't think it's gonna look that impressive. So when I see oh, you spent $100 million on this, I'm like, okay, dude. All it shows is that you just can't work with a small budget.
I mean, a trailer, theoretically, in practice, should showcase the best of whatever you're showing that you can show. Obviously, they do this often, but
Doctor Strange.
You shouldn't spoil things if you can avoid it, right? I've seen that happen, and that's an issue. But other than, and you shouldn't. It happens with comedies, right? They'll put all their best jokes in the trailer. That that shouldn't happen. Or then
I don't watch comedies, or at least
or they'll put all their cool scenes in a trailer too, right? If you put all your cool scenes in a trailer, that's kind of a disappointment too. But it still should show or showcase some of the best of what you've got, obviously, to entice people to watch. And if that's what's happened with the Lord of the Rings show, well, then I just feel sad for that show, because if that's showcasing some of the, even if it's just some of the best that they have to offer with that, it just does not look, I mean, sure, yeah, when that chick is climbing the cliff, sure, the CGI in that looks pretty goddamn good. I think there's better, but it still looks good. But a lot of the armor and stuff and costumes.
Yeah, dude, the costumes are so disappointing. It's just, I just wonder what went wrong. Like these people. I mean, I guess when you make a soulless political shit movie, not movie, a TV series, I guess you would lowball everything.
I still haven't seen the Lord of the Rings trailer. I don't care for it. There's no fucking way I'm gonna watch it anyway. But the armor as bad as, or are they still better than Nilfgaard armor? Because I wasn't impressed with the Nilfgaard.
No, I wasn't either. I think it looks a little better than Nilfgaard stuff, but not $130 million better.
Yeah, 130. Yeah.
Like the regular Lord of the Rings, which had a budget of one of their episodes, each movie had better costuming and better armor and better everything, props, better everything.
Well,
that
they
stuff
had-
looked real and lived in, and you know, I mean, yeah,
They were,
it's
I mean, the thing is, they were passionate about Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
and
they
that's the
were.
issue. When you're not passionate, you're a soulless.
yeah, like Viggo
corporation
Mortensen
creating-
literally lived in his armor for several years while making those movies. He wanted to be comfortable with the armor, and he wanted to he wanted it to wear like it would wear if he was actually using it. So he camped in it, he slept in it, he wore it to and from he didn't just put it on the set, he would actually wear it to and from the sets. He would wear his swords and stuff with him when he went out, like, into town to, get food or whatever it was. Yeah, just so he would be comfortable with him. And it shows, right? Like, when he plays Aragorn, he looks like
Aragorn.
Aragorn.
The Aragorn,
can't-
that's
I
fine.
just-
I
Yeah,
can't
I'm
remember
gonna
his sword.
die on my first launch of Tarkov.
Um,
I can't imagine someone in fucking middle-aged armor walking to McDonald's.
I know, right?
That'd be
But he
kinda-
did it!
That'd be kind of cool, though. That would no, but like I wish actors were. God, it's like when you have people who are not passionate about something and it creates soulless garbage. That's what it shows. That's why, like,
Yeah, and it shows the other way, right? Like I said, Viggo Mortensen played his character incredibly well, not just from an acting standpoint, but his armor looked real. It looked like he actually used it. It looked like he actually would live in it. And it's obviously the prop department and costume department and all that, they were part of it too. But like a lot of it was due to the fact that he personally took it upon himself to fully embrace his character and do everything he could to round out his performance in ways other than just getting the actual acting right. Oh fuck. So yeah, it's that's the difference. Star Wars is the same thing, right? Star Wars was a passion project, and like, dude, they built it on a shoestring budget, but George Lucas was passionate about his project. And he got the best people he possibly could. Like I go, who's the puppet master? The same people that did, guy that did the Muppets. Jim Henson. Yeah, I mean, he got Jim Henson to do the puppeteering for his movie, right? I don't know how the fuck he suckered that guy into it.
That's gotta be pricey.
Right. Well, but it wasn't, because, dude, I think the budget for that movie was like $75,000 or something. Even for the time, it was ludicrously low because nobody wanted to do it.
The original
And when
Star Wars films ran on a $10,000 budget.
Was it $10,000? Yeah, I can't remember.
It was 10,000.
10 grand.
there's no way.
Yep.
It was a
Now,
10,000 budget. It was with a fucking camcorder of the original footage.
And he went into debt doing it, right? So he I don't think the whole thing was 10,000, but he only got 10 grand from the studio because they were like, well, we don't think this is gonna work, but fuck it, here's 10 grand, go make your silly space wizard movie. And he got it done. And the reason he was able to was because he and everybody he found was passionate about the project. Obviously, like I said, Jim Henson, right? I don't know how much he paid Jim Henson, but obviously it wasn't what he was worth, because that guy was the best puppeteer practically in the world.
Yeah.
Every big puppeteering project fucking
I'm haunting my friends at Tarkov right now.
for decades was Jim Henson. Right? Just about anything famous with puppets that you can think of, it was all Jim Henson. So, I mean, yeah, and the special effects, what eventually became LucasArts and THX and stuff, they invented brand new methods of doing things like space battles and stuff, because what they wanted to do, the technology for it didn't exist. You can only do that kind of thing when you have that kind of passion involved.
Sometimes I miss those.
Yeah.
Passion products. So like you see it. So like when they're passionate, like they always create great shit, and it's just like I don't know. It's like I'm just super sad because like all we get now is just corporate soulless.
I don't say all.
No,
it's
not all.
yeah,
I should say that, but, like,
yeah, because like a lot of that is rose-colored glasses, right? People forget all the shitty movies that come out. Like, oh my god, dude, the '80s, bro. Like people talk about the '80s, '90s, and 2000s as some golden age of cinema. It's like, man, have you seen any of the movies that Steven Seagal put out between the '80s and the 2000s? There was like a dozen of them, and they all sucked. All of them. You know, but yeah, it's unfortunate that they're so few and far between.
Yeah, they all suck. Your blood dry.
I mean, it's just because like the industry's kind of just. You have like the whole like woke plus.
Oh yeah.
I think I've only seen one Steven Seagal movie when I was a kid.
They're terrible.
My dad put it on. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yo, Scourge, the keyboard latency in this game is terrible. Why the fuck do you play this game so much, bro?
They have advantage.
Like, I'm literally pressing up and I'm tilting to like left and right, checking angles in Tarkov right now. And like the latency for that to actually take place is ridiculous. Like, bruh. This is actually a bad game. Like, what the fuck? I'm only doing this to prove a fucking point.
Damn.
That's because I'm gonna hunt my friends. I'm gonna kill them all. I'm doing it right now, actually, on my stream.
Take all their shit and then leave, and then have the.
Oh, yo, even better than that, Blue. I'm not even gonna loot them. They can keep all their shit. If it's insured, they can have all of it. I don't give a fuck. I'm proving a point. They think Tarkov is this great game, and it's really not. It's actually a terrible fucking game.
I don't think it is either. But for some
like,
reason,
why
a lot
do
of
you
people
need
like
so
it.
many inputs on something that requires basic bitch aim?
Yeah, I heard some stuff about that. I'm like, that just makes the game sound more complicated than it should be.
That's my problem with it. It's,
Someone
in my
behind you
opinion,
right
is
now.
overcomplicated.
Escalator.
You'll get it.
And then I heard it's a battle royale type of game.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
I lost interest. No.
Bro, oh, it gets better than that, dude. Like, so it's a battle royale game, right? And you can choose between PMC and Scav. Scav is what you use to go around and get your resources. PMC is what you use to go into, like, main game battles and shit, right? Which, by the way, PMC and Scav can meet in the same goddamn level. So, there's not really a fucking point of having those two things going on. But whatever. Yeah, so the game's latency between controls and your actions and your reaction time are all separate. And it's trash.
Nah, bro, don't talk shit about my favorite game, Escape from Tarkov.
It was one of Meme's favorite games actually forever. Like Meme was talking this game up to me for a long time. And I'm like, bro, I bought this game, tried to play it with him, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this game is trash. It is absolutely garbage.
Yeah, hey, did Meme say that this game is trash? By the way,
he probably has.
No. Oh, he probably has to a degree. Where
the game is trash.
When you headshot an AI opponent in Tarkov, and it just bounces off, then yeah, you could easily sit there and say it's.
You're fighting Terminators? What the fuck?
Right.
I mean, I remember. It's one of the reasons why I don't buy games that people tell me to anymore. It's like,
I will, but
we'll play together. We'll play one time, never again.
I always, if I don't think that I'll like it independently of playing with my friends, then I'm real suspicious about it, right? Like Tarkov, I was like, okay, yeah, I like Touchdown. You know, I like survival. What's that game type where it's not a looter shooter, but you're scrounging for loot and shit. Survival something or other. I can't remember. But like I like games like that, right? I love Fallout and Stalker and Metro and all those. So like I figured even without playing with friends I would enjoy if it was good Tarkov, but then I played it and it was like, oh yeah, this is just not that great. So but
oh yeah, this game is not that good, bro.
But like a tower defender or something, I'm not into tower defenders, so like.
But I am too busy not to change my title, whatnot. so like it'll say Valorant, but yeah, you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Nice,
Yo,
right?
Twitch, yo, Twitch at Trovo and D-Live, you go fuck yourself.
Right.
Yeah, Dibs had
Calling him
night,
out.
Ditch.
So what happened with tower defense? You were saying?
Oh, I was just at like tower defense, right? I'm not into those games at all. So if somebody recommended me a tower defense, it was just no, I'm good. Yeah, because one, you're probably not going to play it with me all that much. And if you don't play with me, I'm certainly not going to enjoy it. And even if you do play with me, there's a good chance I won't enjoy it. So yeah, I'll just pass on that one. You know. But shooters,
What
you
if
know,
I recommend you some hentai games?
of course, I love
Literally got
hentai
killed
games.
by a random.
So.
I love it.
What happened? Pete?
I said, of course, I love hentai games. So yeah.
There's only so many times you can beat it to
Yeah,
Honey
but they're
Pop.
but that's they're cheap. Well, I actually never bought Honey Pop. I think Metro bought it for
hilarious? Me. I never bought it at all. I got it for free. Don't worry how I got it. Actually, I'll tell you how Meme sent me it.
I can't treat this like Tarkov. I mean, like Valorant. So
you know how like on Pornhub, weird topic. Please bear with me. There will be an ad that like it'll be those stupid little porn game ads where you'll come in 5 seconds.
Sure.
You know what's really fucked up? Everyone knows they're scams, right? But if you actually want to play those games, most of those porn games are on Steam. So when you get the version on Pornhub, it's just a credit card scam. Because you'll enter it in, and it'll be like, did not register, and they basically just stole your credit card. And all the ad is, they stole footage from porn games.
Sure, from a game, yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious, because I'm like, man, all these people who got caught into it, all they had to do was just make a Steam account, and they can play it for free. Not for free, they can play some of them for insanely cheap. And not get ripped off. Actually, most of the games kind of suck, but like, not ripped off in the sense where you don't get your credit card stolen.
Right.
I don't know, I thought that was funny. That's a useless fact, but you know.
Well, not useless. I mean, not like I would have ever tried
the
to.
problem is like, who's actually pressing those fucking ads?
Hey, you'd be surprised, bro. People fall for that shit all the time.
How many people are like, wait, I want to come in 20 seconds. Let me get this real quick. Enter my credit card. Oh, nice.
But yeah, you know, hey, people are dumb.
I mean, it's just how the world works, right?
Yep.
It's unfortunate there's so many scammers.
I mean, scammers only exist because, you know, there's people to scam.
I think they'd still exist either way, but there'd be a lot less of them if there was less people who would fall for scams.
Oh, speaking of which, someone
What's up, Rast?
called my mom.
Not too much. Work kept me busy today, I tell you that.
Oh, Joe Hero, I got some bad news for anyone who cared about Fantastic Four.
Oh.
You're expecting us to know about it in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, first off, who gives a fuck about Fantastic Four? But, like, the director who made Spider-Man or whatever basically left production mid-movie.
Wait, Raimi? Or the other
Spider-Man?
Oh, okay.
Actually, supposed to be Spider-Man. He left production, like, midway. So you can already tell this movie's gonna be a dumpster fire. This is gonna be a maximum dumpster fire, Fantastic Four. But then again, there has never been a good Fantastic Four movie, so...
Not true. The first
Don't
two...
tell me you're gonna defend the
Shut
other
up,
ones,
dude.
please.
The first two were very serviceable, bro. The cast was great. The stories were not great. I will 100% admit that, right? They kind of fucked Doctor Doom over. Silver Surfer was okay, but Galactus or whatever, I think it's his name's Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus, is the space cloud. They made him a space cloud.
Yeah,
So
like,
stupid.
yeah, they messed that up.
Which, by the way, right, at the beginning, the beginning of the movie, that looked fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
A giant space cloud. And it's like, oh shit. And you expect to see him, you know, later in the movie, right? That never happened. And that's what pissed me off. you don't actually see Galactus like
Right. Not
you
as
know the character
him.
itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck.
So dumb.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
But it was cool. His first appearance was cool. You know, a giant space cloud eating planets.
But
But
again,
no, you don't get.
yes,
You don't
the
get to see.
the stories were not the greatest, although they weren't the worst either. And the villains, like they did kind of do the villains a little dirty, but the cast was great for all of them, especially the four. Chris, oh god, Evans, yeah, Evans is as Johnny Storm. He was amazing. Jessica Alba as the Invisible Girl. She was great. The I cannot remember who plays Mr. Fantastic for the life of me, or Ben. But those two, they were both great too. And the CGI was really good, right? Especially for the time, right? It's a little aged now, but it doesn't look bad. Yeah, so like, rewatch them, and like they were not as bad as, I mean, yeah, they were bad compared to fucking some of the really good movies we were getting at that time. But as far as like, if you compared them to some of the worst MCU offerings, like they'd be mid-tier MCU right now if they released today.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but like the current MCU is so bad. It's like maybe that original movie isn't so bad.
But
Perhaps I judge it too harshly.
That's the thing, you know. It's like the MCU was a complete, like, anomaly, right? Like, you know, tier 1 or phase 1 and 2 and stuff of the MCU through, you know, Endgame. That is a total anomaly, man. Even outside of a series, you hardly ever get that many good movies in a row, right? Let alone in a single series, right? There's always sucky movies in the series, and not just like, you know, average.
There were sucky ones like
they weren't sucky. They were just kind of meh. Like, Thor is not a sucky movie, bro.
I don't know. Thor as a character is not bad, but like the movies he was in were not very good. And I just
they weren't the greatest, but they weren't fucking terrible either. They were just kind of standard adventure action movies.
The first one was, I will somewhat agree with you, but the second one was Dark World. Fucking hate it, dude. That was terrible.
Finish them.
Whew, getting good at those knives. I don't think I saw the second one, so I can't comment on that. But the first one was pretty good. Third one wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't completely horrible either. It was weird because they did change the, you know, what's his name changed the tone of it quite a bit, which that's, you know, it is what it is. Some people are gonna like it, some people are gonna hate it. But like, again, compare that to fucking some of the new stuff we've gotten. I mean, dude, like, you think any of those three are gonna even be close to Love and Thunder for how terrible they are?
Dude, I think Love and Thunder is gonna be laughably bad because it's gonna be like, take Natalie Portman seriously a store, and like, first off, when I see her, someone's probably gonna get mad when I say this. Every time I see Natalie Portman, I just think of Padme from Star Wars.
Right.
That's the only role I really remember her as.
She's been in other things. V for Vendetta.
And she wasn't a bad actor in Star Wars. She just got terrible lines. That's all it was.
That's a lot of the actors in Star Wars. They weren't bad actors. They just got terrible lines.
I mean, yeah, that's most of the prequel. The prequels got like insanely good actors like Christopher Lee, and then like they just gave him
Sam Jackson, Ewan McGregor. Oh my god, dude, Ewan McGregor. I have so much respect for him.
I mean, at least he got, like, Obi-Wan got more of a role within like all three movies. Imagine being, dude, like they did. Imagine Christopher Lee, you get cast as Count Dooku just to appear in like Attack of the Clones for a little bit, barely be there, and then appear at the end, then appear at the beginning of the third movie just to die. Imagine just like that's your character to remember as.
Yeah.
And then same thing.
Well, I mean, Qui-Gon.
The actor. I mean, the actor known for Mobile. I mean, Qui-Gon too. I was saying Qui-Gon could like they wasted.
I mean, they kind of had to, right? Like he couldn't survive past the first movie. But it was still a shame that because I think he was even better than Ewan McGregor. God, I can't, Taken. I can't remember. Liam Neeson.
I think Ewan McGregor got better. Like,
Ewan
as
McGregor is
Obi-Wan
great,
in
but
Attack of the Clones,
Liam Neeson
not
as
the
Qui-Gon,
first
like
one.
he was definitely just, he was the GOAT.
Yeah, like-
And it's unfortunate that it was he had to go because that was the whole point. It had to be Obi-Wan. So, and I don't think Qui-Gon would have worked as Obi-Wan.
I mean, the whole point was like if Qui-Gon was alive, Qui-Gon was more of a gray area Jedi, so it would have been easy.
Yeah.
Harder for Palpatine to manipulate Anakin. Like, that was
If
the
not
whole point.
impossible. Yeah, like I've seen that theory that Qui-Gon would have been what would have kept Anakin from turning to the dark side because he understood what Anakin needed as a person, really.
And Count Dooku wouldn't have left the Jedi Order because he left the Jedi Order because Qui-Gon died, and everyone was kind of like, who cares? And he's like, what the fuck? And then I hate to say it, but the Republic and like that Republic versus Separatist conflict, the Separatists kind of had some points. I hate to say it, but
he's not wrong.
Yeah,
they
not
had
wrong.
some points. Obviously, they never got fully explored in the movies, which sucks because everyone's like, "Oh, the politics suck." No, they only sucked because they were not executed very well.
True.
Zone B lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
Yeah.
Actually, why we start talking about this?
Because why not?
No idea.
We got on movies.
Oh, okay. Oh, passion projects. I remember.
Yeah.
That's the original thing. That's.
I mean, you see, like to go back to it quick, you see that animation a lot of animation studios.
Kiku, I know. I know.
Cranking out some insanely good
I've proven a
shit
point, Kiku.
with like with like barely a budget, to be honest, a lot of times, or like they use all their money. You see it all the time. It kind of sucks that like Lord of the Rings is kind of getting shafted. That's the moral of the story. Poor Lord of the Rings. It's got shafted by Amazon.
Yeah. Sure.
God, Dead Man's Tale is disgusting.
I am baited.
Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, Zur sold an almost disgusting illegally rolled Dead Man's Tale today. So if you want, go pick it up.
The one with Vorpal?
Vorpal and high caliber rounds, and it's like, sheesh. It's the fusion rifle roll over again.
High caliber. Oh, I've got steady rounds. Is that better than this one?
Yeah, high cal is better for staggering or flinch. Words flinch. Yeah.
I'll have to go get that then. Shit. Oh.
Then like, can't wait for next week because I'm probably gonna spend some money on Destiny again.
Fair enough.
Because the Guardian Games is next week, and I'm definitely getting that Warlock set.
Oh, right.
Even though I don't really care about Guardian Games as an activity all that much, I just want that Warlock
Could
set.
be
To be
worse.
honest with you. I just want that Warlock set. That's true. But I'm having fun with Destiny again, so with Guardian Games next week, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'll have fun playing that.
Fair.
I mean, it also helps that I got to Pinnacle, so now I can just stop carrying.
Yeah, I'm still working on mine because I didn't play for like 3 weeks.
You're good.
True.
Honestly, outside of like
Very,
doing
very
the
true.
Master Raid, Pinnacle's not really the thing to worry about. Actually, Master Raid kind of sucks.
I'm shooting a podcast while I'm hunting my friends, so I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So the annual reports are out. Activision Blizzard has lost, is it 60 million?
Yeah, 60.
60 million active users since I believe last quarter.
What do you define as an active user, real quick?
Rip.
For the quarter ending March 31st, Activision Blizzard had revenue of 1.77 billion, blah, 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 decrease of whatever. In terms of player numbers, Activision Blizzard's overall monthly active users amounted to 372 million for the quarter. This is down from 435 million during the same period last year.
Zone B lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
It does not specify what exactly they mean by active user. So I'm not 100% if they like have a requirement of like a certain amount of hours played or what.
Yeah, alright. Either way.
But either way,
honestly, I think that happened at Blizzard because of their games. I know a lot of people think it's because of the scandal. I don't think it's because of the scandal, to be honest.
Both.
No.
How many people really care about the scandal? To be honest.
No, like obviously the scandal is like a very bad thing.
It's very much
like
it's-
an actual bad thing. But like
it's as much as I agree with what you're saying. It's very much a combination, though. Like it really is.
I don't think there were a lot of people who stopped playing because of the scandal.
I think
No,
more-
but it made it to where people weren't buying it.
It certainly would have made it easier for people to stop playing, but I'm pretty sure a lot of those people would have just stopped playing anyways.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it completely
I
like
mean,
did it one way or the other. I'm just saying.
I figure it's just their
know,
bad
it's-
practices that have been
That
turning
too.
people off
because
anyway.
World of Warcraft has been on decline as it's been shown. I don't think Overwatch 2 is gonna save Overwatch.
It was fun, but yeah,
No, because like I never got to play it. Keep this in mind. So I never got to play it. But
It
from
legitimately
what I've-
might, but it would be very rare.
From what I've been able to watch, a lot of people hate the new maps. Hate the new maps because they're way bigger and it's 5v5 and like the walking distance is like ridiculous.
some of them they've managed to
very-
mitigate that though. Like there was one map it was interesting because
There was only 3 new maps they were adding. And all 3 of them are massive.
Well, that was all
Like, I saw them.
beta though.
and like one of them like the map was pretty big, but like it was like a figure S type route and there were cutouts in between the different legs of the route. So there were shortcuts you could take if all you were doing was walking. And that it presented some interesting gameplay challenges and workarounds and stuff like that.
A lot of people don't like the changes there. Like even ignoring that, there's actually I haven't like paid attention on like the Overwatch Reddit for once, and then there's a lot of people, especially McCree mains. Yeah, that's his name by the way. McCree mains who are mad that he took away McCree's flashbang for a shitty grenade that's not really that good.
Who's McCree? I don't know who McCree is. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, well,
And then,
his
like,
name's not
obviously, there's a
Cassidy, that's for
change-
sure.
And obviously there's the change to Reaper that a lot of people were actually mad about as well.
Yeah, I'm mad
The
about
change
that
to
too.
Reaper.
They really gimped Reaper, and that's irritating as hell
And then
because
a lot of people are mad about. There's like two groups of people who are mad about Doomfist being a tank. One group saying he's super OP.
He is.
And blah, 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 all the usual stuff. And there's another group saying that like him being a tank just makes it so that now you're gonna have one tank that just sucks.
yeah,
Be right back.
he was pretty OP when we played against him.
I mean, one of the things like Doomfist was a mechanically challenging champion, a very high punishing move with like his health at the time. But now that he's a tank with 450 HP, it's like.
And his
sheesh.
block, right?
It's
It's not just his health. Like his health would be fine, but that block of his is quite ridiculous. Like he blocks and you do know, like even like I'll play Reaper against him and I'm just right in front of him, point blank, full on just fucking tagging him, and 8-10 shots in and he's still at like a third of health. And it's like no other tank,
Also-
unless they have a shield, can take that kind of damage. And his thing isn't a shield, right? It's not like it loses efficiency or breaks or anything. He can just keep blocking. So as long as he just gets some support at any time, he can hold down the fort for fucking forever, and it's ridiculous. Like, you have to literally peel off like 3 players in order to take him down, because he can just take damage.
Which
like
is a big deal because now it's 5v5.
Exactly.
So like, and then you have a lot of people are mad about the changes to tank changes because like people thought maybe it wouldn't get it first, but a lot of people are actually mad at that's only 1 tank because now
I'm
actually
actually
makes it because now it's like now it basically promotes only dive comms.
Yep.
Which basically in terms of supports, the only 2 supports that can defend against a dive comp are Lucio and Moira. If you play Mercy, Ana, Zenyatta, a dive comp Winston is just gonna fuck you on a Sunday right in the ass.
I really wish they didn't. Now this might change because beta and all, but I really wish it wasn't locked to like that was my whole thing for liking 5v5 as opposed to 6v6 was that it would open up several different team theories that you could use, where you could sacrifice 1 DPS, you could sacrifice 1 healer, or you could sacrifice 1 tank, and you could build the team around that. And it would be interesting to see all the different combinations of characters that people would make with 3 different team comps versus just 2-2-2. Everything being 2-2-2. And now everything is 1-2-2. And so it's all going to be the same again. And it's like, Blizzard, you are fucking your meta up. You are making it so that everything that you do, starting all the way back from the beginning of the games, Blizzard sucks at balancing, and they get worse as the games go on. Ever since after I'm pretty sure since triple tank meta, basically everything they've done has narrowed the available spread of team compositions, right? Which just makes the game boring because then you're facing the same fucking 8 characters every time.
So here's the problem that I've noticed though, is that when in Overwatch 2 they're making it to where it's 1 tank, period.
Yeah,
so it doesn't even allow you to do that.
I know. That's why I'm mad. When they said 5v5, I assumed that they meant that, okay, it's going to be 5v5. There will probably still be character, or role locks, but that there will be a variety in the role locks, and that you could lock 1 tank, 1 DPS, or 1 healer, and any one of those 3 would be a viable, role lock set that people could get a team together with. But instead, it's nope, just 1 tank and 2 of everything else, and you get to deal with it. And it's like, oh, great. So that means now not only is there just less variety in what, say, what your team comp would be because there's only 1 tank, right? But now it's going to be even more less variety because, that drop in tanks is going to narrow what you can do because... the different tanks you can pick, you can get a hard shield character like Rhine, and you could get a softer shield character like, Monkey or whatever. And that, that'll really influence what kind of characters you can pick that'll support them well. But if you only get 1 tank, well, fuck, man. You are really limited in what kind of strategies you can use, because if you don't have a hard shield tank, if your guy picks dive tank, well, then you're stuck, right? You better pick dive characters that can support and DPS, because if you don't, you're going to be fucked. Whereas if you had 2, you could have a Rhine with a Monkey, and then the Monkey goes in, the dive characters follow him, and the Rhine can sit back and hold the fort and protect your Ana or whoever else is on your team.
Because, that's my biggest complaint from, about the 5v5 thing now. It's, now it went from, dive comp was an option, but you can counter it. It went from that, but to straight, the most viable option is just dive comp. Because, yeah, maybe a shield or a Rhine will be useful until you have a dive comp, which will jump the Reinhardt and take him out. And then your rest of your team, if you have an on your team, she gets jumped, and your entire team just gets entirely just eliminated.
Yep.
That's about right.
Which I don't like, because I'm dive comp was fine in Overwatch 1 because it was counterable because of 6v6. Also, it's hard to pull off.
Oh yeah.
Now with only 1 tank, it's definitely easier to pull off because all you had to do if it's if it's a stationary like team, jump the Reinhardt, jump the supports, because it'll be one Reinhardt. Jump the Reinhardt, take out the supports like the on Mercy, and then it's just the 2 DPS alone, and they get completely smashed.
Zone A lost. Enemy has
Yep.
advantage.
And especially if they choose like Orisa or Winston, or especially Orisa with their fucking polearm shit, or
Zone A captured.
Doomfist, where you can just like thunderfuck people your fist and just murder them.
You know you liked it.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, you love getting
Like-
fisted. Don't lie.
definitely. Like just seeing that, like to me, like you made it less optional, and that's why I just don't think Overwatch 2 is gonna save Overwatch or Blizzard. I think Overwatch 2 just might be a dud.
Well, it depends on if
Obviously,
they.
people-
It depends on
obviously,
if
if they
they
change
modify it. But yeah, but if it keeps on the way it's going, I see it. Overwatch 1 already had a problem with the limit on what team comps were viable, and the changes they have so far to Overwatch 2 only make that situation worse. And if they don't fix it, I don't see a way back from that. Because again, like I said,
see how to
it
make it-
makes the game more and more boring the more and more limited you make the team comps. That's one of the things that makes like games like League or Dota or one of those so fun, is that there's just so many different combinations of characters you can have. You could play 100 games and not face off against the same team comp. Whereas in Overwatch, Jesus, man, you're going to face the same basically 3 or 4 teams every single fucking game. And it's going to get even worse with it locked to 1 tank and 2 DPS and supports.
Yeah, and it's just like honestly, I kind of wish. I know it's been playing MOBA recently. I get it. I kind of wish Overwatch went towards the MOBA format than just
Yeah.
like the payload FPS. Not FPS. Obviously, don't want to be a first-person shooter. Like I'm being that serious. If Overwatch was like even 5v5, but like it was like more like a MOBA, like where you defend objectives instead of like just pushing a payload, and then like maybe buy items. Honestly, I'd be kind of cool with that. I know some people might not like that, but I don't know anything, to be honest.
Well, like I said, they certainly should have taken cues from MOBAs in things like team comp. Like you have to make the most amount of team comps viable. You have to give people the most amount of options because, like I said, otherwise it gets boring. You end up with meta team comps that are unbeatable unless you also play the meta team comp. And then, like, dude, Triple Tank was the worst for this. And it's the reason I quit playing competitive Overwatch. Because I was sick and tired of playing the exact same fucking team every single game. It was D.Va, Rhine, and then either Winston or Hog or one of them with an Ana, and usually a Mercy or maybe a Lucio on support, and
This is
then
back when Ana
one
was so
DPS.
OP, even with the nerf.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Every single team, it was the same 3 characters, and then a couple of variations for 2 of the others, and then even the DPS slot, there was only like 3 or 4 that people would play really, but that one had the most variety, and it still wasn't a lot. So it's like, why am I playing this game over and over again? I could be playing Counter-Strike and get more variety than this.
I mean, to be fair, in League specifically, the champ select is pretty meta when you play the game. Like you're versing the same 20 champions every week. You know what I mean?
Sure, but it's
Like,
still
and
better
it changes
than
in and
Overwatch.
out, and it changes in and out over time. Don't get me wrong, but it's still enough that it's like.
And that's
I
what
think
Dota
also-
is a lot better about that, right? The
Yeah.
the number of
I-
viable characters in Dota is, I mean, God,
Well-
their roster is huge, and the viable characters is
And there's-
pretty good.
As bad as this is gonna sound right now, there's kind of a problem with League where they have so many champions that are so strong for like just the fact that they're easy to play. Where
Yeah.
like legitimately it's not that these characters are easy to play, it's these characters just roll over everybody else.
Yeah, are not
even
only
if you're
easy to
more
play,
skilled.
but they rickroll everybody too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a problem,
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but like even though Hecarim was there multiple times, like I got a pentakill today as Hecarim. I kind of rolled.
I mean,
these guys,
here's
to be
the
honest.
here's the thing with Hecarim though, right? Like there are times where he is extremely strong and times where he's extremely weak. And right now he's extremely weak. You can still win with them, but it's just like they just gut him.
But that's
I thought-
another
I thought
that's
you
another
said-
balancing problem. League has the problem where
I mean, it's-
they overcompensate, right? A character gets too powerful, they nerf it, but when they nerf it, they nerf him into the ground. And
I
and like you said, it's
still. I don't
it's
agree
like
with that.
20 characters that are viable, but they keep rotating because they keep
Well,
either
and
over buffing
again,
or over nerfing.
it's not that he's not viable. It's just that like he's on the lower tier of viability. You know what I mean? Like
Who's better than him right now, other than like Lee Sen or some shit like that? Where Lee Sen's always going to be in the top 3 or some shit like that.
any of the top laners right now.
Top laners.
Take those
Fuck, I
Like-
don't know any of the top laners. 'Cause I don't play top lane, so I do. Sorry, I don't know any of the what's the best top laners right now.
Any of the split pushers because Hullbreaker is a broken item.
enemy claims
So Yorick, Scion. I mean, is Scion
Yeah.
actually meta? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Scion.
No, he is.
I was
He
watching
legit-
Tyler. I was watching
Yeah,
Tyler
he
1
is.
clips. Yeah, Scion's
That's-
definitely meta.
That's not even a joke. He's a broken champion to the point where Riot needs to fix that item. He's broken because of the item. He's not even broken because his champ is OP. Like his champ is strong anyways, sure, but like the shit that they have done is absolutely insane. Like
That's
they literally made that item with the intent of, oh, we're trying to make it to where people can play different playstyles, and now the only thing that gets built in that fucking lane is that item first.
It's
Like-
like you just built that for your mythic item.
No, people do. It's stronger than your mythic items, man.
And it's like Gore Drinker or Hullbreaker. Hullbreaker. Build that first.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, guys, cap a point.
Zone B captured.
I tend to see more variety, but then again, like I'm not in the higher elos, so.
I mean, I'm in like
obviously-
mid elo, but that you know,
Well,
you-
I'm in
you know,
low elo, so
I
I see
sit in
different
that-
things than you.
I sit in that middle ground where it's like I have decent players, sure, but then I also have like the problem of everybody just picks meta because they want to win, which is fine, but it's like there's no enjoyment in the game. It's just, I want to beat you.
Zone
You
A
know what I mean?
captured.
I mean,
Have
like
advantage. Zone C captured.
it depends, cause like the champs I don't want to fight, I usually ban them, and that champ is Shaco. But
Fair.
cause like obviously I can't ban all the 8 characters I don't like in League, despite how much I wish I could.
Oh, I agree.
So I wish I could only ban
I know,
one, and like,
I know.
and a lot of people, and a lot of people would think, who do I ban that counter picks me? I'm like, I just ban the champ I don't like. It's one of the reasons why when I was playing top lane for a little bit, I insta ban Teemo every time, and when I play support just for the music, cause I got that high skin,
Yeah.
I insta ban Teemo anyways. I don't even care if Morgana's annoying to fight. I'd rather fight Morgana than Teemo.
I agree.
On a side note, fuck Morgana. I fucking hate that bitch, but.
Yeah,
Zone B lost.
they need
Enemy
more.
has zone
They need more actual like matches.
I hate
with
Morgana
7-3
'cause-
ADCs.
I hate Morgana because like her stun is so brain dead stupid, and just like I hate it because like it's one of the stuns where I'm not an expert in the support role, but like Thresh has like a harder not like a harder snare. Same with like Blitzcrank, but Morgana just kind of has like, oh, I throw this Q that has a pretty short cooldown. You're trapped. Oh, and I can do damage to you. Quite a few damage. So help up ratio. One of the reasons why like the only support I actually kind of fear is Morgana. I don't even fear Lux
That's
anymore,
fair.
to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing with Morgana though is just like
Oh,
her ability hits when it shouldn't hit as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like I feel like I can dodge any other hook, even Pike hooks. I know a lot of people don't like Pike for some reason.
It
Like, I can
no,
dodge
okay,
Pike,
okay.
like-
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Pike. It's not about whether you can dodge the ability or not. It's whether that Pike is good enough that he can just E onto you and stun you. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, never mind. There is that strat to it.
That's literally all it comes down to. So
I mean, the only like back to the little bounce, like the champ, right? I think the only champ I've never seen, like on I think I can count my fingers. The champ, how many times I've ever seen him was Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol, I think
Terrible.
on hands, like I've only seen him like 3 times total.
he is
I
the
know.
worst champion in the game right now, like by far.
Yes, no.
I mean, isn't he the one of the hardest champs to play too?
I mean, he's not the easiest, but he's not terrible. Like, here's the thing: in his original state, he was fine. In the state they have him at now, he's terrible to the point where they're reworking him again.
Weren't they gonna rework Skarner originally, or did he die?
Oh, they are. Yeah, like
Oh.
it's still occurring.
Like Skarner's gonna rework, and they're also releasing a new Void Champ,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the new Void Champ's gonna be interesting.
She's a jungler, so I'm gonna play her because it's not.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. I'm looking forward to it.
5 minutes remaining.
Oh, look who returns.
Hey.
So, anyways, we all think of the Elon Musk Twitter situation.
I'm
Dude,
done.
there is. Everyone's spurging over it. People are like leaving, deleting their accounts. Among them, you know, our favorite, you know, fake black man, Sean King.
I mean, Sean King is totally black. Trust me.
Stay black. Stay black, Sean King.
Talcum X.
Dude, Talcum X is pretty something, I guess.
But yeah. Also, just as a point, Blue, Akali's broken. That champion is brain dead.
What? What happened?
I don't like Akali, but they'll never nerf her because China likes her, so...
No, they do nerf her though. That's the thing. Like they go on rotations of nerfing her. It's weird.
Honestly, I'd rather fight Akali more than Aurelia, to be honest.
I hate Aurelia. I think Aurelia is one of the most OP champs in the game.
I think Aurelia is stupid.
I agree. I will never
Yeah.
disagree with you on that.
You know, and like it's one of the reasons why like, I'm just anytime I see an Aurelia, it's like I kind of just get sad because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, I feel that.
Cause like especially a Fed Aurelia, where like they're a tank plus like just
Oh yeah.
not fun.
Oh yeah.
Zone C lost.
Don't you know?
Aurelia, she's still
Teen,
hot
if you wanna
though,
come
so
get
I
me.
can forgive it. She can like stab the shit out of me, stun me,
Dude,
all
dude,
those top me,
I-
abuse
I-
me, but she's hot, she's fine.
I was playing a game last night, right?
3 minutes.
And like we're
Zone C
ahead for the most part.
captured. You
Aurelia literally kills me within 3 seconds, and I'm playing mid lane.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spell disaster from this one.
I was
What
like,
happened next?
okay. I mean, I was dead. What do you mean? What happened next? I got fucked.
Zone B lost. Enemy
After
has
you win the game
advanced.
release, or no? You got rolled.
No,
at
we
that point?
lost. We lost that. Got fucked harder than a German stripper.
Uh-huh.
Pretty
By
hard.
the way, did you redeem all your
That's-
discounts for your skins?
Zone A
I mean, I
You have zone advantage.
looked at them, yes.
Or did you
I got the
skin
Zaya
you
one.
wanted?
Zone C.
I got a Hecarim one, but I bought
Yeah.
it with my Twitch Prime boost that they gave you. I turned it in, I got like that bunch of RP, and they used the Twitch
Yeah,
Prime
I got
to
the
buy it.
I got the Brave Phoenix Zaya skin, and I really like that skin. It's really clean.
I also got a Lilia skin. I kind of wanted to.
Yeah, Lilia is okay. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing great.
She's fun to. Lilia's fun to play. It's just. I don't know. I don't think she's not as good as Hecarim, but she's fun to play.
I agree.
And her voice is cute, despite her being a fucking animal thing.
Lilia's
whatever the hell it's
broken
called.
as fuck as well.
Yeah, but her voice is cute, so it's one of the reasons why I started playing her, and I hate it.
Enemy has your zone.
Because I'm like,
She's-
oh my,
that-
my
that
heart's
champion-
warming up. Burn.
That champion, man. Ugh, I hate versing her.
I mean, it depends. I'd rather verse Lilia or fucking Shaco. God.
No,
I,
no, I'd rather verse Shaco.
I hate Shaco, dude. I
That's-
still have, I
That's
still have
the- that's the-
nightmares of a Fed Shaco showing up.
That's
and
the
just
Evo difference,
one
though.
fucking my team in
'Cause
one
you know-
melee
you know what
shots.
You wanna know what the problem is with fighting Lilia? She gets
What?
increased movement speed every time she hits an ability.
Defeat.
Yeah, but Shaco.
So you just can't chase her.
Alright, well, sounds good.
Shaco makes you cry.
Dude, the thing with Shaco though is like if you hit him with any hard CC, he's just
No,
screwed. With
focus
Lilia, you
now.
can't even hit her with hard
Controlling
CC
those
because she just jumps
zones
around so
is
much.
the only path to
Like it's dumb.
I wish that was the case for me. Every time I see a Shaco, he just absorbs everything I throw at him. Or like I hit his clone or whatever, and I can tell which one's real.
Yeah, most people. I get tricked by a Shaco every once in a while, but for the most part, Lilias are much more impressive.
And then I played a game of Evelyn today for the first time.
Oh.
I haven't played her in so long, and I hate her.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing with Lilia. She does dot damage, but she also heals for a percentage of that damage she's doing. So she's constantly healing.
Yeah, but it's fine. Trust me.
Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
Weird question. Can Riven be played in jungle?
Riven can be played anywhere. She's fucking Riven.
Oh, are you being for real with that or no?
Yeah, I'm being for real with that, except for bot lane, but even bot lane should be fine because of her fucking stupid ass shield.
Here's the thing. I thought about playing Riven. It's totally not because I got her Battle Bunny skin, but
You mean Battle King skin? I mean,
yeah, I'll be honest. I bought that skin because I thought Riven's ass looks nice in it.
fair.
It's the only reason I bought it.
You should go look at the old Aurelia splash art for
I do really. Yeah, I've seen the one, the Frost skin you sent me before.
Cross booty Aurelia. Yeah, it's great.
But like Riven's my type of girl, a mean bitch. At least that probably. Actually, no, it's more Katarina. Katarina's a mean bitch, and Garen's so lucky. Anyways.
Well, you see, the only thing that they have in common is that they like to spin.
Hey, that's good enough, apparently.
Yeah, no, that literally, like lore-wise, like that's the lore is they fell in love because they both spin.
And they can't be together. Oh, that's tragic.
Because the speed of their spins. That's quite literally it.
Can we like sacrifice Lux for that to happen? Because like the thing is, I don't care about Lux.
Lux X Ezreal is curse. It's a curse. Champion is a curse.
I hate Ezreal and I hate Lux. So.
Oh right. So I get to lane against a Renekton or a Malphite. Either way, I'm fucked in the a-hole. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, Malphite's fun. Trust me.
I'm playing Akali. No, I did it. All right, which Akali skin should I have? I have 1, 2, 3.
Which one shows her ass though? Which one like you can? Which one gives you a better view of her ass?
Probably All Star.
Anybody know the extraction point for Shoreline? I have no idea.
Like I said, there's only two answers to this. It's like, what's the best skin? Which one can you see your ass with?
Well, okay, look, there's Akali is one of the champions with the most skins in the game.
Oh, she's Lux. Sorry, Lux. I meant something.
Yeah, basically. She's mommy. I mean mommy.
Something like that.
Of course, I'm going up against a Malphite one trick. What a fucking cock. God, I hate people like this. You can't play the game legitimately, so you have to play Malphite to win. That's sad.
I was playing Malphite, not legitimately playing the game.
It's not learning the game. You just play a champion with heavy AoE, so all you do is team fight, and you.
That literally could be said about every champion in League of Legends.
It can't.
Yes, it can.
It cannot.
Yes, it can.
There are so many champions that are meant to be duelists, like Rengar and Kha'Zix.
Rengar is literally an ambush champion, and Kha'Zix is also an ambush champion. Again, tell me how that is actually
Neither
not
of which are meant
what
for
I'm
team
trying
fights,
to talk.
though.
Fiora.
Okay, let me ask you this. Though.
Hold on. Your entire point was literally not about team fights, and now it's about team fights.
No. The point I'm saying is that Malphite's entire kit is around pressing R. That's his entire kit.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with what you were just now saying. You were talking about team fights and learning the game, right?
The point of what I'm saying is, when you play Malphite, all you do is literally just run down wherever the fucking group is, and you just press R. Like, you don't learn mechanics playing that champion, is what I'm trying to say. Like you just learned to team fighting is a mechanic, but like that's the only mechanic you really learn.
Okay.
Together as one. I love it.
Because like if your team is bad and you're playing Malphite, you become useless.
So playing Malphite is a beginner's champ.
Yes,
You know
but
you defeat
I'm-
your own points, right, Ross? Like you literally just made a point, and then you just defeated it in the same
my
sentence.
point is you can be brain dead to play him. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah, and then you just said you defeated that entire point by saying, well, if you have a bad team, Malphite is useless. I'm just like, wait a minute, hold on, what are we talking about here?
Yes.
If you have a bad team, Mercy is
Okay.
useless.
Yeah,
Okay.
but those are two separate things, Rem.
There's a big difference between a champion having a lack of mechanics, to where literally all you do is press R, and that's your entire function for the game, and actually having to learn combos and rotations. That's the point I'm making. Like, because with Malphite, you can literally just sit wherever like your team is, which is fine. Like, it's a legitimate playstyle, but like you just literally just like abuse the system. It's dumb. It's the same thing with Garen, where you don't really have to play the game. Like, if you were playing any other champion, you'd actually struggle to do something. Where with these champions, it's just because they're so noob friendly, they're stronger than every other champion because of one stupid thing on them. That's the point I'm making.
I don't know if I agree with that when it comes to Garen,
Zone
but
A
yeah.
captured. You
Garen literally presses Q, runs in, E's, and then autos you, and then presses R and you're dead.
It's
Yeah, fair
almost
point.
like a Malphite player,
numbers
Malphite, you literally run in and press R.
and you
And
can
then
also
if they're not
auto.
dead, you press E. Except his auto speed is extremely slow.
Yo, his auto speed is really slow.
Like,
I'm just saying, like, it's still the same pattern though.
Zone C lost.
yeah,
Captured
and I
zone
think
B.
both of them are
You have
stupid
zone
and,
advantage.
you know,
Like the Necro
Use it for
class
the game.
from
Like-
Diablo 3.
But like, do you
So
need to
fucking
like,
broken.
in order for you to be like a legitimate player in your eyes, Ross? Like, do you need to like enter some cheat code in Command and Conquer or
Oh,
some
yeah.
other game?
No.
Up, down, down, left, left, right, right, before you actually become a good player in League? Like, I'm just wondering.
No,
No,
but if
okay,
all you
no, there's
use
a
is
big
players
difference.
like that, or characters
Okay,
like that,
yeah.
and you don't ever
Okay.
learn more of the nuances of the game, then that's you're
Okay, it's
you're
like-
abusing
okay.
the simplicity of a character
Yes.
to keep to keep yourself from having to be forced to learn other mechanics.
The average Genie player. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, it's yeah, like it's literally like playing Yumi, where you literally don't choose where you go. You literally sit on a fucking teammate, and that's your entire kit. Is you sit on a teammate, and if you're not on a teammate, you die, because you have no mobility.
Ooh,
Zone
nice
A
shot.
lost.
Like, it's not about whether like the champion is simple or not. That's fine. But when you're only playing one champion, and that champion is so dumbed down that it's literally a you press R, you win game, that's a problem.
Zone B
Like, that champion as a whole is a problem. But like,
Yeah, the champion's a problem, not the player.
no, it's both. Because
No, absolutely
the
not.
player-
Well,
without
no,
the
it
player,
depends.
absolutely not.
It's the player if the player chooses to only ever play those kind of characters.
So in other words, like you, Pete, in Overwatch, and you only played Reaper, that's a problem, right?
If I didn't learn the rest of the game's mechanics, but I did
You
learn the
haven't
rest of the.
learned the rest. No, you didn't.
Yes, I do.
no, but see, but
I
that's the thing.
absolutely
You
do.
only ever played Ash and Reaper.
Yeah, no,
That's
no,
all
no, no,
you've
no,
ever
no,
played.
no, no. But Brem, I don't only understand the game from Reaper's perspective, right? I know how all the other characters work. I know how the gameplay mechanics work. If all I ever did was play Reaper, and I didn't know that Anna had to aim at people to heal them. I didn't know that, how far her Roadhog's hook, how far he can be when his hook will hit you, or how to dodge it, or there's a difference between. Like, even a player that only ever plays this simple ass character that he is like Hecarim or I
Ryu.
can't Ryu, whatever, I don't know the names. Like, you can You can be a player that only plays that character, and yet you still learn the rest of the mechanics of the game. Or you can be a player that uses a character like that to avoid learning the rest of the mechanics of the game, right? And that's the difference. And it's a problem with both, right? The character is somewhat of a problem, especially if it's, you know, like I don't know League, so I don't know how correct he is, but you guys seem to be in agreement that he is quite overpowered with, given that he only needs to do basically one skill in order to you know, help dominate a game. And it can be a problem when players choose to only ever use that character and then only ever what's the word for it? Like, you know, I mean, learn, but all, you know, but understand the deeper nuances of the game, right? Those are two separate things that can happen.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
I'll give you a good example too. The reason you can know for sure that I don't do that, even though I only play Reaper, is that even with playing against the characters that Reaper does poorly against, I still manage to do very well because I know all of the little tricks, not only that my character can do, but that their characters can't do, in order to gain the advantage on them, despite the fact that their character is you know, the rock to my scissors. Right? If I didn't bother to learn any of the deeper mechanics of the game or the nuances of the other characters, I wouldn't be able to do that. All I'd be able to know how to do is flank and hit the healer, right? Or DPS down the tank.
Okay, I'll put it this way: when all you play is simple characters, right? You can understand the mechanics of other characters, but if you ever played them, you would just be getting destroyed because you wouldn't be understanding the like intricacies of the stuff, which is fine to a point. But when it literally affects it to where other people lose because your character is just that strong, because they don't have that perfect play, that's a problem. Like if I have to play perfectly to beat you, your character is not like a fair character.
That makes no sense.
Okay. So I'll put it this way: it'd be like if you were playing Valorant, right? And every single time you rounded a corner, they were insta-shotting, like insta-hitting you, like one-hitting, just insta-killing as soon as you round the corner. Every time. You can't play around it.
Your point because that actually happens a lot in this game.
Yeah, but you can't play around it, can you?
Sure you can. It's called Don't Peek.
So don't play the game.
It's called Don't Peek. As simple as that. You don't peek that corner. If you know they're gonna insta shot you for your head length, don't fucking peek the corner. It's the same thing as getting in Counter-Strike. In Counter-Strike, if you keep getting hit by mid, guess what?
Shooters
peek mid.
are not a good comparison. I shouldn't have compared it to that. That was my mistake. Okay, it'd be like if you were playing Overwatch.
That's what I was questioning.
Hold up.
So I wasn't trying to be a dick. Okay,
you're good.
Right.
No, you're correct. That was a
Bad analogy. Yeah.
You there, Ash? You good?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm fucking having to report my fucking top laner right now. That's not even a joke. He's literally he's spam pinging. He came into mid lane. Like he literally said I'm inting. So,
you say that's not a joke.
Toying,
we had no doubt that was not a joke.
He's toying
He's not joking.
Is that it?
No,
so
Scourge, hit me up when you guys are ready for me to hunt you.
Oh, fuck off, cool.
I'll kill you all with the single magazine, by the way.
So
I'm not just talking
now
shit, but I'll actually do it.
I've read two versions of this. One says it's a rumor, the other says that it's for sure, but I haven't seen anything official from Sony, so I don't know 100%. But
about the PlayStation Now shit.
Well, one of the things coming to, I can't remember exactly all the tiers. I don't know if it goes for the lowest tier of just PlayStation Plus or whatever they're calling it, or if it's the higher ones or whatever. But apparently any game developer or publisher who is making a game that's wholesale price is going to be higher than about $35 is going to have to include a timed demo that PlayStation Plus users can gain access to in order to try the game before they buy it.
Basically, EA access. EA Play, some games have the 10-hour trial.
Yes, but it's required by Sony though.
Right.
And like I said, only for for games of a certain price, right? So like indie $10 games or whatever, those don't have to do it. But I think the dollar amount that was stated was $35 wholesale. So I don't know what that translates to in what you pay for. Maybe it's $40 or $45 or so. But certainly any of the $60 games will qualify, obviously, and then probably down to something like $40. But so any game that's $40 or more, if you have PlayStation Plus, you will have access to a timed demo for that game, and it's required by Sony that the developers do this. Now, I'm on board with this. I think that's a pretty fucking great idea, to be honest. I think it should just be.
I'm back on Valorant.
I think it should just be every game. To be fair, 5 hours.
Like I said, fuck you. God damn. Like I said, it's like with EA Play. I don't know if it's all of them, but most certainly EA, published games
EA
have
games,
10-hour
yeah.
trials.
Yep.
For the basic membership, the premium, you can.
And technically, Steam has it too with their refund policy. Now, it's not quite technically a demo, as you have to actually buy the game first, but in practice, it ends up being a demo because as long as you haven't played the game more than 2 hours, and then even a lot of times if you have played it more than 2 hours, you can just get the game refunded.
Kind of
and
a dick move, honestly.
What?
In my opinion.
Refunding? Oh, using it as a demo?
Buy the game, and then play it less than 2 hours and get refunded. Like, you might as well, you should just download the demo.
Well, a lot of games don't have demos, unfortunately.
Have demos.
Yeah. If every game had a demo, then I'd be right there with you. Like, that's the thing. It's like, just have a demo. I think every game should have this. I think Steam should.
The problem is, at a certain point, Steam might stop refunding games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Steam should do a policy like this. Just like 5 hours. Like, every game, you can play it for free for 5 hours, and then at the end of that period, you either have to buy it or you lose access to it. They can certainly do that, right? They've got the refund system, so obviously they've got it down to where they can restrict access to these games when they need to. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that demos went away, because they were very helpful.
Yeah, some still they still put them on. Put demos there.
Not nearly as common as it used to be, though.
Yeah.
To be fair, with digital distribution and stuff like that, they did become less necessary, right? Because with refunding systems and stuff, it's not like, the old days where if you bought a game and then opened the package, it was yours forever, no matter what. So there was no way to get a refund or anything like that. But still, it would certainly.
There's another problem, right? Is what's the summer of 58 or something? Like, you can finish it less than 2 hours and then refund it, and that's kind of bullshit. That's real bullshit. You finish the game and then refund it. It's like, come on.
Yeah. You could maybe have an exception for games that are under a certain amount of length.
To the Moon. Finding Paradise.
Yeah, I can see it for every, a 5-hour demo for every game, except for games that can be completed in less than 10 hours or so. That gives you a pretty good window of like, your game won't be, except in the very rare instance of some ridiculous speedrunner or something, your game won't be completed and refunded. They could work it out. But anyway, Sony, taking the first steps. Or again, just do it a dollar amount, right? Any game over $20 or $30. Because usually if a game's 20 or 30 bucks, you can't complete it in 2 hours, right? Like,
Usually.
yeah, like there's not a whole lot of
Yeah.
$30 games that can be completed in under 2 hours. That's just,
Unless developers don't want to, put a lot of content in there.
well, then that's their business, right? That's the
Yeah,
other
that's their-
the other
that's their
side,
problem.
right?
That's their problem, yeah.
Like, it's not my fault that you made such a shitty game that I was able to beat it and complete it in 2 hours when I was paying $40 for it or whatever it was, right? Like,
Yeah, what's that fucking movie, what's that fucking movie, Warren or something? With that bullet, shit. Fuck, hold on. Angelina Jolie's in it, let me find it.
oh, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, the bullet curving.
Yeah, I bought a game. I'm guilty of this.
Wanted.
I'm guilty of this. I bought a game based on the movie. I never watched the movie though. But whatever. I bought a game based on it, and I finished it. It was real quick. I'm like, yeah, and I fucking returned it. So I am guilty of that shit. But whatever. There's not much content after finishing the story.
Yeah. Wanted was actually, I liked the movie. It wasn't the greatest movie ever, but it was funny and it had some decent action scenes. Angelina Jolie was hot.
Was. Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
She was hot in Tomb Raider too.
she's still hot now, but she's not, like, that movie isn't
No,
out
that's
now,
fair.
right? Like,
No,
yeah.
That's a fair comment. Was a fair comment.
But,
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yo.
Oh, I just rewatched that, dude. That is such a good movie.
How new is this movie?
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith was an amazing movie. Hilarious, great action.
Wanted,
Brangelina, yeah. Brangelina. They had really good chemistry.
Please plant for long if you guys are gonna be on that side.
You seen Salt?
I have not.
Salt's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salt
Salt's
is actually
pretty
really
good.
good. Yeah.
Shit.
I would let your ass cheeks clap my face, girl. I'm just saying.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm taking this guy.
You're stitched. What?
Such a simp, bro.
Am I
Quit
though?
simping.
What
Like-
movie is she in?
I don't know. I think you all simp way too much, to be honest.
Listen, Angelina Jolie is hot. I don't know what else to do.
Blue, you simp for imaginary characters.
Okay. First off, no, I don't.
Yes, you do. You
I-
pay money
I have-
for imaginary waifus. You are
I
a simp for
appreciate-
imaginary characters,
I
sir.
appreciate. First off, I appreciate good art.
So do I. I'm not gonna pay money for it though.
From Mama peeing right now. Don't pee.
What
Well,
am I
okay,
paying
I would
for?
pay
I'm
money
paying
for
for
good
it.
art, but I'm not gonna pay money for a gotcha for silly art in a gotcha game of imaginary
Yeah.
waifus.
Here's the problem with that. A gotcha game isn't just actual playing the game, like mechanics.
Wow, that sucked.
Yeah, there is
Is
none.
it this movie Taking Lives?
Okay, cringe.
Let's go with that ace, baby!
Tried to make
You
the joke
are
after
you are
the
cringe.
conversation
That's
earlier.
sure, Blue.
Either way, you have bad
I tried
taste,
to warn you not to
and
do that.
yeah, that's about it.
Stop simping for waifus, bro. Okay
Yeah,
to have
Taking
waifus,
Lives.
don't simp for them.
Taking Lives is another good one.
I don't simp for any girls, so it's not
Except for
gonna be
imaginary ones.
So how's your maiden, Blue?
My maiden? No, I don't need one. My wallet is perfectly safe.
That's you don't simp for waifus, right? Totally.
Yeah, well, the difference between maiden and maidenless is where's my wallet, and
So
the answer
you're
is
maidenless.
full.
So you're maidenless.
Maidenless equals full wallet, so you know I'll take it.
Unless it's Genshin.
I mean, realistically, I if I was dating a girl for 5 years, I guarantee you, it'd probably cost more money to date that girl than to spend money on every single Genshin banner.
I don't know about that, dude.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, kids are expensive.
I'm not including children. I'm just talking about dating.
What
Sure,
do
I
you
don't include
I
children
heard.
because
I
it isn't-
heard. I heard.
First off,
over
what
here-
girls are you dating?
Oh.
Second off, what are
Yeah,
you
to be
doing on
le-
these
Coming
To
up
be
behind
dates?
him,
leeching
Rhino,
your
man,
wallet
you
like
gotta-
that, Jesus. To be leeching your wallet, what girls are you dating?
He's
Girls
right
that
there
draw,
in B with
dude.
you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you just
I
fucking.
know that
You
because
were
all my
doing-
friends in
God damn it.
relationships are all broke
You
bitches.
got this? Fucking
So-
faith.
Either
What
way,
the hell?
I win. Anyways,
No, you lose. Every time, Blue. You lose. No matter what.
it's okay, Pete. You can cope harder. I don't really care.
It's because Peter's mailing this.
Maidenless, you mean? And
Maiden-
I mean,
Yeah,
no.
maidenless. Yeah.
I can't make that claim at this point. But it's a good punchline.
You have nothing. You have no punchline, Blue.
Like, I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Almost
Like,
watching
oh, he's
window.
in
Dude, at
maidenless,
this
and it's
time,
like,
you couldn't say it at any time, bro. The entire time I've known you, I've had a girlfriend. Never been a time that you've known me that I've been maidenless.
yeah, but
No buts. There's no things.
if you think about it in a meta sense,
No.
Nah, this meta sense shit. You're the meta universe.
He's not even gonna
the
finish that set.
metaverse?
Like he has nothing. He knows it. That's okay. I love you. I love you anyway, Blue. But
it's
Yeah.
meta in terms of meta. Waifus for life. There you go.
Okay,
Take
whatever.
those zones and hold them to your
Yeah.
last breath.
yeah, waifus aren't gonna hold you at night and keep you warm.
Waifus are
Virtual
really
waifus are not gonna keep you
It's all
warm. at night.
metaverse. Remember, the metaverse is coming. Like or hate it.
Will you take the blue pill, pretend everything is hunky dory, or take the red pill?
What's the? Well, here's the thing. Do I get powers like Neo?
I don't fucking know.
Probably not.
If the red pill gives me powers like how it was in the Matrix, and fuck yeah.
Zone B captured. You have advantage.
But yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, you're talking about the white. You're talking about waifus can't do what? Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Well, they can't really do anything. But
Well, they can't. They can't. All they can do is just sit there and look good on their phone, which is all I need. They don't cost me money, and they look at my phone. So
You're a sad, sad little man.
little. Okay, JC, let's not go there, buddy. Sad? I'm actually very happy. So I don't know about sad.
I don't know about very happy.
Zone
But
B lost. Enemy has zone.
I don't know. I'm living my best life. Oh yeah, well, I was trying to say what I feel. It's a little weird, so.
Here we go.
ooh,
Fuck, I'm tired.
so Ubisoft is shutting down online support for 90 of their games.
What games would that be?
I gotta check. I don't even know if they have the full list, but
I'm sure Rainbow Six Vegas would be among them.
check out the full list here. Oh, damn it. America's Army,
Blanco, 6 for the follow.
Anno
Appreciate it.
1404, Anno Online, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Recollection, Revelations, Avatar, Beyond Good and Evil, Blazing Angels 2, Call of Juarez 2, Call of Juarez 3, Driver, San Francisco, ESPN Sport Connections, Far Cry 1, 2, Blood Dragon, Flashback Origins, Ghost Recon, Advanced Warfighter, Hawks 1 and 2, Haze, Heroes of Might and Magic 5, Hyperscope, I Am Alive, Just Dance 3, Just Dance 4, 2014, 2015, all the way to 2018, Dance Party, or excuse me, Disney Party 2, Marvel Avengers Battle for Earth, Might and Magic, Clash of Heroes, Duel of Champions, Showdown, Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands, Rainbow Six Lockdown, Vegas, Vegas 2, Rayman 3, Rayman Legends, Rayman Origins, Ruse, Settlers 6, 7, Heritage of Kings, Silent Hunter 3 and 4, 3, 4, and 5. So, I mean, some games that people, I mean, do people still play like Vegas?
Yeah. Some of them do.
I can't imagine too many of those games were, you know, super populated. But, you know, it's the way of things. There's more. I didn't go through the whole list. It's long. But I didn't see anything, like, really new on there or anything. So.
Your enemy can't kill if they're dead.
It would be stupid to shut down a server from a 2-year-old game.
I mean, it happens. But
Yeah.
usually not with companies like Ubisoft. Oh.
It's a little wild, but yeah. Moral of the story is Ubisoft sucks. Just kidding, but not really.
You know, and it's just the online parts of the game, right? Like, so like Far Cry and stuff. You won't be able to do the trophies, right, and stuff like that. But it's not like I'm pretty sure it's not like you won't be able to still play the game in single player mode off Steam or whatever. So, you know, it's quite a lot of games at one time though. That was they're all on the same day. They've got different dates, or maybe not. Not sure about that. But
They're almost done with Final Fantasy 16.
yes, they are.
Yeah,
According to them. According to them, despite the the delays, right? So there were development delays, but according to them, principal development is all over.
I think they should be focused on the 7 remake and adding a threesome scene with Tifa and Eric, but you know, that's just me. Personally.
I would approve of that, although Pornhub is an option, sir. I'm sure that exists.
Yeah, but it does. No, it does exist. I'm definitely. You know, never mind. Let's not finish my sentence. But
So he knows for a fact.
when I'm talking about in game, because it's always good to have it confirmed in game. It's one of the reasons why, like in The Witcher 3, I was really sad when
No threesome
bang,
scene.
no threesome scene. You just get tied to a bed, and you were just like, fuck off somewhere else.
No, the worst part about that was that they implemented it like halfway through the life cycle of that game. So if you had accidentally already romanced both characters, you were screwed and had to restart the game.
Wait, if what happened?
So when Witcher 3 first dropped, you've got the two. Well, there's other romance options, but for the main story, you've got the two.
Ones,
And there are two specific scenes that end up romancing them, right? I think it's I can't remember if it's Triss or Yen, which one is which. One of them
she's about to leave.
Is that the one you kiss her, or is that the one where you just tell her you love her? Because one of them is you kiss her, and one of them is you tell her you love her.
Pretty sure it's no, you kiss. It's for Triss is a kiss scene, but that one comes earlier.
Right, right.
Like,
well, it can.
Yeah,
I think there's some wiggle room in it because you can do Triss's out of order, but yeah. Anyway,
move is like on the bridge when she's about to leave. You have to
right.
tell her to stay because you.
So anyway, there were those two key scenes, obviously, where if you got those scenes and did them properly, you would then romance that character, and you would
Yennefer takes it in the butt. I'm just saying.
And you would get the romance, romance ending for that character. And when the game first launched, you could do both. And it wouldn't do anything special. You would just get the end romance scenes at the end of each of their little arcs. But then it just didn't, like, tell you, it was just basically you'd romance both of them. There wasn't, like, a scene ending it telling you, what happened or anything like that. Well, after, like, the third patch or something that they added
or fixed it.
They added a final scene where if you romance both of them, they both somehow find out about it, and then they confront you, and they act as if you're about to have this awesome threesome with both of them, but they leave you tied up to a bed and bounce, and you lose both of them, right? But the problem was that if you had already gone through those scenes and didn't, because you didn't know about it before, I went through. I didn't even know because I don't read walkthroughs when I do open world games like that. I like to go through the first time organically, and I didn't even know I had romanced both characters, right? Because I didn't know that those were the scenes that ended up being the romances, and I had accidentally done both. And I think that I hadn't done an actual real save, right? I relied mostly on autosaves and quick saves, and I didn't have a real save that was before one of those scenes. So when that patch dropped, I was already locked into the bad romance ending, and I had no way to go back and undo it. So I just basically had to start my game all the way over from the fucking beginning, just so I wouldn't get fucking cock-blocked by these two salty bitches, who both, it doesn't even make any sense. They're both not the greatest people, right? I guess Yennefer didn't. She didn't do. But Triss acts like you romancing both of them is some huge betrayal when she took advantage of your memory loss and used that to seduce you away from Yennefer, who was, by the way, supposed to be her best friend.
You liked it.
And here she is, acting like, oh my god, how dare you romance both? What are you talking about, you slippery little bitch? You're the one that took advantage of the fact that I had amnesia and fucking lied to me and didn't tell me that, oh yeah, by the way, you love Yennefer and she's totally in love with you and blah blah blah. I was like, oh yeah, we're in a relationship, you should be with me. Come the fuck on. Yeah, it just didn't make a lot of sense, except in the gameplay.
Here I thought Yennefer's a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yennefer. The thing about Yennefer is, she's super mean and, she fights with Geralt a lot. But I guarantee you she's a softie in bed, so you know what? I take that as a W. Max W.
Well, she does like that plushy unicorn.
Unless you use the unicorn. I don't know, there's some weird stuff with the unicorn. What?
The long story of the unicorn.
I think I unlocked the scene with the unicorn. I'm like, I don't understand what this is.
You have to have played the earlier. You have to play 1 to know about that?
I played 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had to play 1 because Yennefer really isn't in 2, or if she is, it's not.
No, she's not in 2.
Yeah, it's just Triss. So yeah, if you didn't play 1.
I think she only appears in the third game, Yennefer.
No, I thought she was in the first one.
I don't think she was.
I can't remember. I never really played through the first or the second game, so.
I played 2, but I've not played the first one because the first one at the time when I tried playing it was just so dated. I didn't want to try it.
Well, it's still dated, dude.
It's still dated. Witcher 3 is, and no, Witcher 2 is actually aged pretty well, to be honest. So,
dude, I would pay $100 for Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 redone in the Witcher 3 engine.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cool.
I would even take Witcher 1, to be honest. Even Witcher 1 would be nice. To have that game be redone. You know, it has like everyone says it has the weakest story, maybe. Like I don't care.
Yeah, but I still want to play it. Oh, shotgun. Yeah, you know, it is what it is, but that's money on the table. I'm sure they'll revisit it eventually, because yeah, those games are really showing their age, and they weren't the greatest in a lot of ways to begin with.
Then make a Witcher 4 or focus on Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, I don't know about Witcher 4 is coming. They've already said.
I don't want a Witcher 4.
I don't either.
Because like the Witcher 3, like it ended. The Witcher 3 ended pretty nicely, where you didn't have to play the other games, or you can only play Witcher 2. And I feel like Witcher 3
especially
ended pretty nicely.
Especially if you have the Blood and Wine DLC expansion.
Like they ended pretty nicely, and like with how the ending goes, and it's like, and obviously like there's choices, but it's just like I don't like the idea that like the canon ending is Ciri becomes a Witcher.
Well, that's not the canon ending though, right?
I thought it was. No, it's fucking weird because CD Projekt Red, as far as I remember, like when everyone mentioned which is the canon ending, they never really said there is a canon ending, which is what I kind of like. So if you did all the horrible shit,
your mom's the canon ending.
Got him. But if you did all the horrible shit, basically, the ending would be Ciri dies at the end, and then like you murder all three of those witches out of pure rage, and then like Geralt just kind of gives up on life.
They're all on B, bro.
Or Ciri becomes Empress, or she becomes a Witcher, which, I mean, I don't mind those as endings, but I feel like it'd be ruined in Witcher 4, even if it's just the game's about Ciri on an adventure, being the child of having like the Elder Blood within her. I don't know, I don't like it. They just make a spin-off game with Eskel, potentially, or just don't Witcher as it is.
I'd be totally down for a Yasker or Dandelion game where you just go around bumbling. Like it would be like a bully type, or a what's the pirate monkey bay? What's the name of that game where you're the useless ass Guybrush dude?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's the old pirate game though. But like that style game where you're just like bumbling around and useless as fuck, but it's hilarious. Like that would totally work.
Or even a spin-off game of any of the Witcher side characters.
How about Dijkstra's past as like because he was a spy, right? Like he was an actual spy, not just like a spy master. Because you know he was injured. Yeah, so like how about his? Yeah, dude, a game like a stealthy, you know. Thinking game kind of with him where you know crawling around fucking figuring out what these countries are doing.
Or I'd even take a spin-off game with Leto. He was a character in Witcher 2, but he can appear in 3 if you spare his life in 2. Like there's so many characters in like the Witcher games that I'd rather have a spin-off or like a game where you play as them more than Ciri, to be honest, because I don't hate Ciri, but I just think like honestly, I would even take a game where you're Yennefer or Triss. Any of them, to be honest. I would like Ciri to be able to hold her own game, to be honest. Because I feel like her story is just so connected with Geralt. It's just like...
Well, not just that, like, even from a gameplay perspective, like, what else are you going to do with her powers?
And her dash ability, which is... That's going to have to be balanced, to be honest. But also, it's like, how do you have stakes if, like, because Ciri has, like, so much power being having, like, the Elder Blood, versus Geralt, where, yeah, he's a Witcher, but he's just a guy. So.
Yeah, but you gotta toss a coin to him, man.
Yeah, of course.
Always toss a coin to Witcher. Oh, how'd that be?
One of the things on Witcher 3 where you can basically rob people dry. It's like, oh, yeah, you pay this price. Oh, you can't afford it. Well, what if that monster runs through your farm? That would suck.
Yeah.
Anyways,
hey man,
funny though.
He's a Witcher, not a fucking humanitarian.
I mean, true.
Cough it up.
He's offering you a price, and if you can't get rid of it, you kill yourself.
You pay for his services. That's you know, he's a capitalist,
It's
man.
like a prostitute. Oh.
I mean,
Not
because
wrong.
I like the I
with
like
Witcher,
the
you actually get a service out of it because like a Witcher, you have to slay monsters that are destroying farmland.
Hey man, hey man.
A
You
prostitute
don't
is
pay a
like
hoe to
40
fuck you.
bucks.
You pay her to leave afterwards, so you're getting a service.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Xbox record that.
I like the opening cutscene of Witcher 2. Talking about like if you fail to pay the Witcher for servers, you know, you see that they just cut your hand off or kill you basically.
Yeah.
Like yeah, just
Pay your local
pay 'em.
Witcher.
Just
Never
pay 'em.
forget.
You don't not pay a mercenary. That's not healthy.
Hey man, witches got to eat, bro, and they got to get laid. So you know.
Yeah, he's got to fuck his sorceress. Come on, people.
I mean, I suppose they could always hunt if they need to eat, but then you know it's like
Come on, he's got to bang. He's got to bang Yennefer again.
And she's a classy broad, so she ain't cheap.
Yeah, but she's also a wholesome broad.
You know how much stuff pink unicorns cost in that world?
Yeah, but Yennefer's wholesome though, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
no,
I don't think. I
here's the
think
thing,
she'd be filthy with her magic, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, like here's the thing. Yennefer as a person, I question it. I wouldn't mind her yelling at me, but hypothetically, I think she's super. I think she's a super like softy in bed. I think Triss is the fucking freak in bed. Actually,
Nah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
yeah,
I think they
redhead.
both
Yeah,
are.
no.
I think they both are.
No, Triss is like obviously she has her thorns, but like she's more supportive and like super cheery, more so than Yennefer. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest.
You're
Like,
not
in terms
wrong.
of personality, Yennefer's kind of depressing because you meet her in Skellige and she's like, and you're like, Jesus Christ, someone died, I guess.
You're not
It
wrong.
also doesn't
Your
help that she's
daddy.
wearing. It also doesn't help that she wears all black, so she always looks like she's at a funeral. So. Like that's why I think that's like how it is. I think she's super like wholesome in bed, like super gentle, all that type of shit, and fucking Triss is the
I'm gonna
crazy
pretend I didn't
bitch.
see that. Oh, you're fine.
That's the hill I will die on. But if you think I'm wrong, that's fine.
It is fine. Leave her alone. I will dick you.
Pause. What?
No, this guy in my game being a dick. I told him I was gonna dick him.
So,
Fair
by the
dude.
way, just as a quick,
Well,
so Bethesda right now has the original Elder Scrolls Arena and Elder Scrolls Daggerfall free on
Yeah.
Steam.
On the Unity engine. Let's go. Like legit, I saw that shit too, Pete. And I was like, yeah, fucking Daggerfall, baby, let's go. And then it was like Unity engine. I was like,
Dude, no, they'll be fine. Games are so
You
old.
think so?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
I mean, I
They'll
wouldn't
run
mind
fine
trying
on
them
it.
out. They're free. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying them out if they're free. To be.
Unity
Yeah, they're
is
totally
not-
free. Free to keep,
Unity
by the
is
way, not free to
bad.
try.
I'm moister than
No,
ours,
yeah,
so thank
and
you for
Unity
that.
is not a bad. Now there are bad implementations of Unity, no lie.
And bad developers. who don't use
Absolutely.
the- you know.
But I've played plenty of
utilize-
Unity games that run very, very well and actually, do some pretty crazy things with, graphics and stuff. So I think I'm pretty sure they only used Unity just to make it so that they didn't have to be running like DOSBox and shit to port them. So from the screenshots and stuff, they look just like the OG. So, but yep.
Either way, your mom. There you go.
Well, anybody have anything last minute to add?
No, I got.
Blue has
Drugs?
the tightest butthole that I've ever been in. I'm just saying, like, I've
Not
never.
anymore. Not anymore, buddy. Not anymore,
Wait,
Didge.
wait, 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 wait,
You
wait.
kind
Are
of
you
broke
blown
that
out? Are
streak.
you blown out now? Are you blown out now? Like, what happened?
Blew him out.
You visited. You literally showed. I literally visited your house like last week, and now things just haven't been the same.
Can't shit right
It's
for a
like Blue
week.
is the tightest ass ever, and it's like not anymore, Didge. Not anymore.
They
That's
shoved a ping pong paddle up my ass. And not the good way. I was shitting pancakes for a month. Well, all right then. Thanks everybody for
good night.
watching. Have a good night. Smash like Chan because she's a dirty hoe. Hit subscribe because she's into that shit.